Well, welcome back to the channel. Today we're in Middlewich. We really want to do the Middlewich walks, the canal, but the church is such a big thing in Middlewich that we thought we'd just have a look here. It's a bit of an interesting thing that there's a fair old grave there. We've got some snowdrops. Grave there and a grave there. That's going back to 1798. Another grave there. And we've got some lovely miniature daffodils. But you can't see any more graves. And it's an interesting bit of Scandel, really. Nice seat. Nice churchyard. Some nice things there. Nice weeping willow tree. And there's a main path through here. But no graves. Now, Scandel bit is when a graveyard's full, the council take it over from the church. And what happened was the council took it over, took all the gravestones up, and made them into this path. So all the graves that were there originally, you're now walking on to get to town. 1872 one there, 1849, 1872. So it's been very disrespectful to be walking all over. Well, they're only the gravestones. The graves were somewhere over there, but it is a scandalous thing to many people that the gravestones were destroyed. 1871. And the fact that people walk on them every day. And all the rest are just laid here. I mean, legally they can do it because after 50 years the body's probably rotted away and probably the original lease has also gone. One or two churches do this because it's nice and easy to mow now, compensating the fact that we've dug all the graves up. One thing they do have is this war memorial and all the names of the people that died on it. In both wars as well. One Korea there, I don't know how they got in on it. The other sort of highlight, if you like, is this bull ring where there used to be auctions at one time. I don't know if they use it like now, but it's a good place if you're putting on a little display of any sort to, you know, if you were ABBA and you wanted to come down and do it. And some of the old shops are Balti Spice Takeaway. It's a funny little, I don't know whether you'd call it a town, Middlewich, because it's, well, it does say town centre, but There's not really a lot of shops. There's a nice placard here of tales of White and Water Trail. Hey, big Academy Gara. How it used to be. Canal and salt at Middlewich. Right, let's go and find the canal. Well, here we are at the canal. And there's lots of boats. Wouldn't expect that, would you really? Now the canal's a lot of things because there's lots of boats to be seen, fairly obviously. There's lots of wildlife, lots of dragonflies reported on at Middlewich. And it's a whole separate community. And if you want nice walks, what's better than the canal? And we do have this seat made in the form of a boat. We've got something there, I don't know what it is. Well, you can of course walk miles and miles because that takes you all the way towards Wardle if you go that way. So we'll head up this way. This is a little garden. And there is a boat hire company up here, hence the reason why we've got all these boats. Seem to be boats from everywhere actually, looking at the names. So it's a nice sunny morning, but bloody cold. It was just below freezing. It's been nice weather for the last couple of weeks. Well, passable, apart from this cold wind. If you want to view boats, there's certainly plenty of boats here. And they'll all be 70 footers, will they? They're all pretty much the same, aren't they? If you look at them, they're all basically the same. I think you can hire them here. Yeah, boats for hire. If you want to hire a boat. You've got a pigeon saying hello. Presumably most of these will be out as soon as we get some decent weather. And if you're boating, you'll obviously be familiar with locks. So the first lock we come to is 74. Well, you never know what you find along the canal. And we do have a wooded area, forest, whatever you want to call it. People running. Right. On lock 74 we do get this interesting bit here. Obviously the lock have to sort of discharge water to keep the water levels correct. And we've got this overflow, which is nice and peaceful. Now, whether James Brindley did this, we did do the graveyard of James Brindley, the canal builder, and Robbie on canal boat journeys did show some of these like this, which was attributed to James Brindley. So you can actually follow a canal, but there is seats here and a woodland walk. Not particularly a lot happening at this time of year, but later on when all the trees are up and the flowers are out. Again, you've got the choice to carry on in the wood or go by the canal, because obviously the next thing we come to is lock 73. No surprise there. Just that sound of that water running, just a short for a minute so you can hear it. Again, we've got this overflow for the top lock. So far the paths have been acceptable if you're disabled. I always do mention walks with disabled. A bit up and down here, but if you're in a wheelchair you could probably at a push do it. And the next lock, guess what? Lock 72! Who would have thought of that? You can see the seats everywhere you go along the canal, so it's quite a nice place for a country walk, and you can have a rest. Got snowdrops out. Somebody's kicking up a storm there. And we have this, what would you call it? It's Middlewich 3 locks. Seat sculpture. Yet again another overflow. Again, we've got plenty of boats. That one's sending out smoke signals. Don't seem to be much movement on the boat, so it's not really boating weather, is it? It's sort of nice to live on a boat where you can travel anywhere you want. The only problem is you've got such a lot of pain, haven't you? Because you've got to have enough gas, you've got to have enough water, you've got to be able to empty the toilet, you've got the weed hatch if you get your propeller stuck. So it's all a bit sort of dodgy. Get halfway to somewhere and find your toilet's full, you've had it. So this is the wharf, and there's a pipe there to fill your water supply, presumably. You get red diesel as well. Water tank fill up £5 for 30 minutes. Floating holidays. So we're at the first bridge. Now Middlewich is known for the sort of folk music type festivals in the summer. So they get quite a lot of shows on in the summer at the pub and in the town. So we come to the first bridge, and there's also a second bridge. At the bridge we've actually come up onto the main road, so we can see the canal from above a bit. Sun's in the eyes. But the reason for coming up is we wanted to go over there. We're going to have a look over there. So we've crossed over the road to this other canal. I don't know what lock number we're up to yet. Usually have it very prominent. It's, the Wardle lock. Some more sort of details. So perhaps this hasn't got a number, it's just got Wardle lock. Well, we have got some details here. This is Wardle Lock, also known as Maureen's Lock. This woman looked after it for many years. So we'll go a bit further down. That must have been originally the lock sort of cottages. So we come to the first bridge, and over there, if we can see it, the sun's in my eyes, we've got a swan, I'm presuming on a nest. And obviously the canal goes further down there. I think that's as far as we need to come on this canal. So all these canals you can walk miles. It's not practical to film hundreds of miles. So we cross back over, away from the Wardle Lock to King's Lock. So we're back on the main canal. King's Lock is also a pub, quite a famous pub. Obviously a lot of people on the canal go to the King's Lock pub because it's nice and convenient. There's also a lot of supplies for for boats here. This is one of the main places where when they have the music festivals, it all happens here. So we're at Lock 71. There is a car park for the lock, so we can park at the canal. And then we can keep going here and get to Sandbach if we wanted. For the Middlewich Canal Centre, used boats, carefree cruising. There's still plenty of boats. The path's a bit muddy, so if you was disabled, if you're in a wheelchair, you might struggle with it here. But, another one kicking up a storm there. One of the main attractions of the canal, you start to get to it, is the swans. We're a bit far down at the moment, but we do have two young swans. Typically we'll find in a minute we can have up to sort of 50, 70 swans. A couple more swans here just chilling. It's a nice morning. Probably find there's no swans here after all this. It's a fair old walk down to where we just come from. We might be on an early morning raid, because what happens is normally 50, 70 swans here, and then they fly off each day. And they go to sort of Sandbach SSI site, Winterley Pool, Newman's Flash at Northwich, and various other places, and then come back again at night. So perhaps already gone this morning. Well, I've come all the way up to Cledford Lane, ideal standards, where I used to be the head gardener. No sign of any swans. And I do assure you that normally there's 50 to 70 swans. They could be further up the canal, but as it is, no signs of them. Well, it is worth coming, and normally you won't be disappointed. It's just sad that I can't show you, because it gets quite amusing, because they often have drops with each other and what have you. And say possibly they have gone on the daily trip. So there's lots of wildlife. I only see pigeons at the moment. It's the wrong time of year to sort of see lots of wildlife, but there is quite a lot of dragonflies and things. And that land over there, which is sort of wildlife area, if you like, because nobody goes out with it. You never know what you're going to see. There's another one that's a pigeon. So we've got a long walk back. So the beauty of it is you can do a short walk, you can walk to Nantwich, Wardle if you want. You can walk to Sandbach if you want. You can just do short walks, long walks. A variety of things to see. Very often there'll be some boats going and various other things. Well, that's what make to do with these two swans that are here. Somebody's put some food out. There's quite an extensive amount of people that come put food out on the side for the swans. I was just talking to a dog walker. She says he comes every day. She's never ever seen it without 50 swans. So we are a bit unlucky. So they are having a bit of a morning breakfast. Probably think, what's that idiot with the camera doing? It's probably worth noting, if you do a canal walk with your children, opposite the King's Lock, there is a new play area and a skate park. So if you wanted to walk and perhaps the older children go on the skate park, or you wanted to let them loose on the child's play area, so it's just opposite the Hunter's Lock.